welcome to the GoGreenfields show with me, Terran, and me, River. And today we're with Hannah and Nate, who co-own Humble Burger in Moscow, Idaho. Humble Burger started as a food stand in Moscow Farmers Market in 2014. Later, they opened a real-life physical location in September of 2015. The goal at Humble Burger is to balance a few principles. Humble Burger believes that everyone should be able to have access to delicious foods, and they also believe in loving their neighbors and that their employees deserve great wages, and they try their best to hold this all together in harmony while still making a few dollars. And they also love live music, so that certain days a week they open up their doors to great regional artists and do lots of music. And we're humbled to have you as our guests, Hannah and Nate.
Thank you.
And yeah, so you guys have had Humble Burger for how long?
So we, like you mentioned in the intro, we started as a booth at the Moscow Farmers Market in 2014. So this is going to be our 8th season this year as a market vendor, and we've been in this restaurant space for a little over 5 years.
And who had the idea of starting the burger eatery? How did you get it started?
Well, both of us worked in food in like high school and college, and we're both really interested in different aspects of food, growing food, making food. And we had recently moved back from Portland, Oregon area, and while we were out there, we were kind of like, we thought the food truck scene out there was pretty cool, where people could do things kind of on a smaller scale and not have to invest in like a huge building or anything. And so when we kind of started talking about maybe trying to try something, we started kind of looking around in Moscow, and Nate was like, you know what, there's really not a good burger place. Because there used to be a couple places where you could just go get a good burger. And there are good burgers in Moscow, in other restaurants that you can go, but they're usually like a sit-down place. And so we were thinking, how could we do something that would be really simple and that we could just try out at Farmers Market just to see how it goes.
Yeah.
So that's what we decided to do. And then we also, our friend Chris Aberly, we had been talking with him, and he was interested in trying it out with us. So
Nice.
That's kind of where it came from.
And why did you choose burgers? What inspired you to make a restaurant serving burgers?
So I am from California originally, that's where I grew up. And in California, burgers are kind of the thing. So I worked at In-N-Out Burger when I was in high school. When I was 16, I worked at In-N-Out, and I just loved working in a hamburger place. When I was in high school, pretty much any time I could go to a burger joint, I would go there. So when we were talking about restaurants to start, I really wanted to try making burgers.
Yeah.
So we kind of took inspiration for the restaurant and the burger itself from a couple different places that we really like, burgers that we love. Because there's, the West Coast has a lot of really cool, old, traditional hamburger places, like Hudson's up in Coeur d'Alene. There are places all over Oregon, Washington, California as well. So we wanted to go burger because it made sense for where we are.
And we also thought it's a simple food.
Yeah. People
are familiar with what a burger is. You don't have to introduce them to a new kind of food that they're not familiar with or comfortable with. But that we thought, we could also put our own there's some room for creativity. We could put our own little twist on it while still using traditional ways of making burgers, which is what the smash burger is.
Yep. So who came up with your name and why? It is a really interesting name. Yeah.
That was mostly you, I think.
Yeah, we had the working title of the market booth was Go Burger.
Go Burger?
Go Burger. But for one reason or another, we decided that wasn't going to work. So then I came up with Humble Burger and Googled it because I was like, surely somebody has a restaurant called Humble Burger. And lo and behold, nobody had taken the name, which I thought was amazing. So we decided to go with it.
I like it a little bit better than Go Burger, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
Yep.
I do too.
Yeah, but the inspiration is a couple places.
Well, we have one of our stickers that we sell here is a Charlotte's Web inspired sticker that says "Some Burger" in a spider web, because part of the inspiration for the name is from Charlotte's Web, the book. If you guys have read that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the word humble plays a big part in that story.
Yeah.
So that's part of the inspiration for that. And that sticker that we have is like a little ode to that part of the name.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
When did you decide you wanted a restaurant instead of a food stand?
Yeah, well, we had started at that first market in 2014, and we honestly had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
But it became obvious very early on that people wanted a simple, good quality hamburger in town. So we were a lot busier that first market season than we thought we would be, and by September we had a couple different people actually approach us about potential spaces for opening a restaurant, maybe us renting space from them, or because we just, like I said, we had no idea what to expect when we first started at the farmers market.
We had people who approached us about investing and stuff like that in the business as well. So then that was what kind of made all of us stop and be like, maybe this could be more than just a Saturday farmers market booth.
Yeah, because at the time, Nate and Chris were both just working, full-time jobs during the week, and we had our fourth baby at that time. Finn was about a year old when we opened.
He was about this size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we opened up. So, that's what I was doing during the week. And then on Saturdays, Friday, Saturday, we'd get together and prep and get ready for the market, do the market, and then Sunday we would recover.
And we used the kitchen at Bootzer's that first market season.
I totally forgot that.
Yeah.
That we made French
We'd
fries
go
out
in
there.
and we'd boil fries and make our fry sauce and stuff like that in the Bootzer's kitchen.
Yep.
Well, talking about the ingredients, where do you get your ingredients?
So it's a couple different places. The beef that we use, we get from the Moscow Food Co-op. Mm-hmm. They grind it for us every day. So we go pick it up fresh every morning. And then the buns that we use are made by Jacob's Bakery in Uniontown, which is just like a 20-minute drive, a little south and west of here, which used to be called Sage Bakery.
Okay.
But they got a new owner, new management, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's where the meat and buns come from. And then we get stuff through a couple different suppliers. So like Charlie's Produce, which is who the co-op uses for a lot of their produce stuff. We get stuff from, local farmers as well. And then we get, we make our own ketchup.
Yeah,
We get
that was going to be my next question, was do you hand make any of your ingredients?
Yeah, we do. We're crazy like that.
I've never made ketchup before, so we make ketchup.
It's actually, making ketchup is not super difficult. It is a little bit trickier to make a ketchup that is not really, really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is my main criticism for a lot of
people
like
make sweet ketchups.
Yeah, like the really like corn syrupy ones. We didn't want to do something like that. But yeah, I mean, Humble Burger, we've always wanted to make as much stuff ourselves as we could.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we had our way, if I had enough space, I would bake our buns in-house.
Yeah.
One of the things that we started talking about a long time ago was trying to basically use the restaurant as a way to actually someday have like a ranch farm operation where we could grow our own, produce, have cattle, stuff like that. So that's still a pipe dream.
The Humble Burger Ranch, or the Humble Ranch.
Yeah.
I think it could work.
But right now, we make all of the sauces that we use here, other than mustard and mayonnaise, we make in-house. We make our shake base.
Do you cut your potatoes and stuff, or do you just have to pick
Yeah, so we...
Yep, every French fry starts out as a potato
That's
right here in-house, yep.
Yeah, we get potatoes from Tri-Cities, so those are Pasco, Washington, and then we have a prep crew that every morning is in here before we open, and they are the ones who slice the potatoes.
Yeah.
We boil them, fry them for a couple minutes, and then we freeze them until they're ready to get final fried and served.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why do you do the smash patty style?
Because
That's a great question.
most of our
'Cause it's
Greenfield
awesome.
family is always talking about how you guys should just make like a fried dish, but a dish of just all the burger ends because they're super good.
Yeah.
Smash it.
It's true. Some of our employees will do that from time to time. They'll take the grill scrapings. Because like after you make a batch of burgers, there's some crust left. Yeah, get those grill scrapings on there. Good stuff.
But the smash burger is it's an old traditional way of making a burger that's primarily still a thing in the Midwest. So using a flat top griddle like we have here and smashing a ball of meat onto it is something, I think it started around like Minneapolis, like that area. It was just Hannah and our friend Chris and I who started the burger stand initially. We just kind of messed around with different ingredients and ways to do burgers, and we wanted to do a smash burger.
We did at one point try like a steam patty kind of approach, and we just
more of a
realized
slider.
that, with doing a smash patty, felt like we could get a more consistent product.
Yeah.
And that it just tastes really good.
The crust is definitely the best part.
Yep.
And what is your most ordered item off the menu?
Definitely a cheeseburger.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
That's the runaway.
Have you guys ever thought of expanding your menu?
We have expanded it a little bit.
Yeah, because now we have like the chicken nuggets.
Yeah, and we do a fried chicken sandwich now as well. But that's probably about as far as it'll go. One of the things I'm actually working on with all these fine employees is we're going to do, probably in the next couple weeks we'll start it, but we're going to do like an employee burger of the week. Because everybody here basically has their own like weird way they like to make their burger.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So like some people do like a double crusty.
It's basically like
Which is
My
not
new
the crust,
favorite.
the crust part.
It's not on the
Exactly.
menu.
I've had
That's
3 this
secret
week.
menu.
Yeah.
There's so many things on your menu I haven't tried, even though it's like so like small.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll start doing some burger variations probably. That
Yeah.
I told all the employees that they should just send me their idea, and then we'll write up a little description of it and do it as like a special.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So, talking back earlier to our intro, Terran was talking about how they do live music, and we found out that you guys like to do a modest music fest.
That's true.
And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we, for 3 years in a row, so not this last year, obviously,
Yeah.
but 3 years previous to that, we did a little music festival that's just, 30 to 50 bands, depending on the year, that we get from all over the Northwest, typically. And then we use different venues around downtown Moscow. So Bootzer's has been a venue, One World has been a venue.
It's big. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
The street is a venue.
Yep. We closed down the street out here and have a stage set up and all that stuff. So I'm trying to figure out if we could do it again this year. So fingers crossed we can make it happen.
Well, what's the most popular genre that everyone seems to like the most?
Oh man, that's a great question. A lot of it is just down to kind of the bands that we know, because Humble Burger hosts a lot of shows typically. We have a lot of bands come through, and a lot of those bands end up coming back to play the music festival.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is just kind of Northwest rock and roll, because that's what people are doing. But we've
Never
also
heard of Northwest rock and roll.
I thought it was more. I thought your shows were more folk-style music. You consider it Northwest rock and roll?
it's all over the place. Like we've had country bands, we've had punk bands, hardcore bands.
I mostly think of it as those last two.
Yeah,
Because I can hear it.
yeah, that's right.
I don't call the cops. I can just hear it.
But we've had hip hop acts as well. Rap, hip hop, electronic. It's all over the place. So yeah, it's not really a single genre. It's just kind of what's interesting that people are doing kind of around where we are.
Well, it seems that you guys have just continuously grown and grown and grown. So, did you guys ever think that Humble Burger would go from a food stand to like this giant restaurant?
No,
Popular restaurant?
No.
definitely not.
You never did.
I mean, we just did it. You know, our first season at Farmers Market, we just did it because we were kind of like, we should try doing something we've talked about doing. And yeah, I never planned to make it my job, but now that's what I
fun
that's what I do.
Yeah, it is a fun job.
I think so.
But is running the restaurant harder than the food stand?
Definitely. There's a lot more to figure out with a restaurant than, because at the farmer's market stand it was just Hannah and Chris and I. So, you know,
Yeah.
we basically all knew what we were doing.
Didn't have to train anybody.
It's just a single day
Yeah.
thing, just working on Saturday. But now we have 15 employees and
Yeah.
a building to manage and all that stuff.
What's been your favorite thing about owning Humble Burger?
Oh man. I mean, definitely I would say just kind of the community around the restaurant. So one of my favorite things is we get employees from all over the place. A lot of them haven't ever met each other before, but because they work together here, it's kind of this big family kind of thing, and everybody hangs out and really likes each other. We go on a camping trip every summer with the Humble Burger crew. Stuff.
Camping
You know,
is
I
very
think that's my favorite part.
So you guys seem to be really, really close.
Yeah.
Don't tell my staff you do that camping.
Like, there was one camping
Who thought up all your recipes?
It's a mixture.
Yeah.
I mean, Hannah came up with a bunch of them.
Early on.
I mean, I work with Seth, who's actually Hannah's brother, who's the kitchen manager here. And he and I, at this point, are kind of the ones who worked up recipes for stuff.
Yeah.
So usually I'll just come up with an idea for something, and then Seth and I will sit down and actually figure out how to make that work.
Have you ever thought of one that'd be really good, but it has never worked? Or
Oh, man.
I'm trying to think.
Zero. I forgot
We've
to-
definitely had things that have failed, or
Yeah.
that we thought, oh, this is. I think some of it has mostly been like, oh, this will be the way to do this thing, and then as we do it and we start messing around with it, we realize, oh no, there's actually another whole process that we have to do
Yeah.
that is different than what we thought originally. And a lot of it is like, even now, still, like there are recipes that people have been making for years at this point, but every once in a while someone will be like, oh, if I do this step differently, there's always kind of
Yeah.
like little tweaks that you can make to make things more efficient or to make things more consistent.
yeah.
So yeah, there's always you can always get better at even those little jobs. So
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys want the future of Humble Burger to look like?
I mean, I would like for it to keep growing a little bit at a time. So right now we're working on fixing up a trailer.
Be humble about it.
yes, exactly. We want to grow humbly.
We drove by it.
Yeah.
Right.
We drive back by the trailer and take pictures.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
a picture
So
of
we
it.
have a red food cart trailer that I'm fixing up. So we're going to start using that this spring, and we're going to use it in Moscow and Pullman. Probably take it to Lewiston,
Nice.
stuff like that.
Like a travel restaurant.
Yeah. So we're just going to kind of test it out and see how people who are not familiar with Humble Burger in Moscow feel about it. Because I get people from Pullman all the time asking if we'll open a restaurant across the border. I know. I've held off.
all
But
just
now I have a trailer so that we can actually take it over there and kind of see how it goes in Washington.
Have you ever thought of it making like a chain restaurant like McDonald's or?
I mean, we get asked a lot
I
if
like it.
there's a guy who used to come here all the time who graduated from WSU 2 years ago, and he is legitimately trying to convince me to let him franchise in Dubai.
Dubai?
Dubai.
Dubai is really fun. It is really fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it would be good there.
Yep.
There's
But
a lot of stuff there already.
I've had people in the past ask about doing Humble Burger in Utah, Oregon. So, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes it's good just to be in the community though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what-
And this is the place that we know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm not in any rush to,
Yeah.
to expand.
We definitely feel pretty committed to always being involved in what's going on, and I think that would be really hard to do if we're not in the same place as the restaurant. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But definitely an eye towards growing in a way that's healthy for the business and, you know, maintains the quality that we care about and also like keeping our employees happy.
Yeah. And we have employees who work for us now who want to move somewhere else. So there are a couple people who would like to do a humble burger who are here now, but they would like to do a humble burger somewhere else in the future.
Yeah.
So that might be the way that we actually do that.
And they already know how it's done.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know, because they've been here for
They know the
years.
vibe. They know the vibe.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions for us?
What's your favorite thing on the humble burger menu?
Well, all I've had is the cheeseburger.
I like the cheese.
So-
I really like your guys' pickles and your fries.
Yeah.
Those
We
are-
make
I
those
like the
pickles, too.
I
Yeah,
like the
I've
pickles.
never
There's a
had
jar of
chicken
fry sauce
nuggets.
at Bootzer's
I've
and a
never
jar
had
of
the
pumpkin
burger.
pie.
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
had the veggie burger, the kids burger, or the chicken nuggets.
Well, I feel like
So,
a cheeseburger is a pretty good representation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
of what it
I want
is.
to try the crunchy though.
Yeah.
Crunchy sounds good.
Crusty.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
Crusty.
Yeah, yeah.
Crusty. Crunchy crusty.
Uncle Zach had a.
He had 4. Yeah, yeah.
Is that 2?
Yeah, so it was like a
It's a
double
double.
crusty.
Yeah.
Double.
Which
Yeah.
he can eat so much. I don't know where he
wanted
puts it all.
A double cheeseburger to take for the road.
I mean, he's a big boy.
Yes.
That makes sense.
When he said, Mom, I'm coming here this weekend. I'm only going to eat good. Just don't even let me. And then he goes, want to go to Humble? Meaning like he's not going to overeat anything.
Yeah.
That never works.
So how many of
Never.
these interviews have you
Yeah.
guys done?
I do not know. I don't know how many interviews we've done.
I think this is our 4th or 5th one. And
Yeah.
yeah, more to come.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
awesome.
Wait a minute.
We might
How
do
many
taps
restaurants
next.
have you
Like
evaluated?
some of them. Yeah.
We
Nice.
evaluated a ton of restaurants, but integrate people-wise, we've done a place in Spokane called Gander and Ryegrass.
Tell them the name of it again.
Gander and Ryegrass.
Okay.
It's just like it's a really nice.
It's an Italian kind of place, and it's really
Yeah.
good pastas and stuff, and they also have good
They have
sandwiches.
really good sandwiches.
Cool.
And then
That'd
a
be a
place in
sandwich.
Tennessee
Sandwiches.
called
Good
Dotted
sandwiches.
Lime, and that place is like a biscuit, kind of like more of a southern thing, but they have some really cool cooking.
They have lots of southern things.
And let's see, we have a place called Wellness Tree, which does like acai bowls. That's also in Spokane.
Okay.
We don't.
And,
We've done Bootzers for Bootzers.
Of course.
Bootzers.
and that's more
But
made
you
for coffee
evaluated
shop.
restaurant. You evaluated restaurants in Dubai, right?
Yeah. Well, no.
That one you guys went to.
Yeah, we-
that was underwater, or
Yeah,
Oh, we
there's
did.
an underwater
What?
restaurant. That one was really cool.
Wow.
That's
Well, I guess it
awesome.
wasn't underwater.
but it wasn't like
It was.
wasn't like a
It
podcast
was basically.
with owners.
Okay.
It wasn't underwater. It was like kind of. It was like in a basement, but like there was also a giant aquarium next to it. And there was like a huge circular aquarium, so there was a giant
Wow.
window. that was looking into the- So it wasn't underwater.
Yeah.
It was
Surrounded by water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we-
Felt like maybe you're
We
right.
do a lot of like tasting of menus and stuff, but
Like the French restaurant in Post Falls.
yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I know.
for
I've heard
sale.
your podcast for that. Have you been there?
No.
We've done a lot of restaurants.
French restaurant in Post Falls,
In
Idaho.
Post Falls.
Even the
Cool.
Fukushans didn't know about it.
Whoa.
That's
French
amazing.
chef.
It's really good. It's good.
Yum.
The only thing I don't like is escargot, but I've never liked it. Or asparagus, man.
But yeah, so I think we've done 5 interviews, but we've done a lot of restaurant tasting and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome.
Grandma made us put taste 10 out of 10 on hers, or she wouldn't feed us again.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about it.
Yeah. Now it's on. It's on the record.
It was already on the record.
Yeah, they were rating the restaurant while we had the recorder on.
It was
and
still
I'm
like a 10 out of 10, huh?
Yeah.
you know.
I'll never feed you again.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you for being here, and thank
Yeah.
you for sharing about your guys' restaurant.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Our
Did we show
pleasure.
you anything? And
Yeah, I think we're gonna go
Hope
on
to
a
see you
tour
at the
of
farmer's market, too.
do we use
Yeah.
that right there?
We do the.
I've never actually been
we do
to
the
your
short
farmer's market.
tour.
so.
Yeah.
Produce on the shelf over here. Spices, other ingredients. Yep. Yeah, we use.
Hey, guessing that this is where your burger. Sam, this looks like your sink. Yeah. More cheese.
This is where there's ice.
Nice.
Wow, nice. These are shake machine. That's where they It's gonna be ice cream. This is our fun. So in here we have all our drinks.
you guys so much for tuning in. Now it's our time for a bit of fun in our new podcast segment called River and Terran's 10 New Ideas. Be sure to catch more of our ideas on our new Go Greenfields 10 Ideas blog at gogreenfields.com/10 ideas. So our first favorite idea is Terran's idea, and it is a specific dog petting chart, which is basically a little website where you can look up your dog, if it's a purebred or a mutt. If it's a mutt, you just look up like Chihuahua plus, I guess, a poodle, and then it would come up with the specific places where it likes that dog to be pet.
Our dog really likes this
The ears.
idea. He is
Totally tuning in and snuggling right
Yeah.
up.
Our second 10 new ideas of our top 3 would be a reusable pizza box with an infrared heater. This was my idea, and sometimes people don't like cold pizza, and if it's a long trip from the pizza place, the car has to keep the pizza warm. And how are they going to do that? Well, voila! We've got a pizza box with an infrared heater in it, so it could keep the pizza warm and the cheese melty. Melty? Is that a word? Melty.
Melted.
And then it's also reusable, so it also saves up cardboard and makes your pizza taste good.
Yeah. And then our third and final idea is for paintball battles, and it is a nitric oxide converter for paintball wars.
Yeah, we always have trouble getting
those little we always but you know those little metal tubes that you put in the paintball gun and it actually makes it like fire the paintballs? Well, those kind of run out really fast and they're kind of expensive, so I came up with an idea that you take the little tin thing after the cap is off and it's all used, and you put it in the little machine, and then you press the button and it sucks some air and it converts it to nitric oxide and pushes it in, and then you just like buy little caps, like a box of caps, and it puts a cap on, and then you got it. So you
For
can
only the
reuse.
serious fighters.
Yeah, so you can reuse it, which is really helpful because they're really annoying sometimes. And those are our 10 new ideas for this podcast.
Be sure to tune in next week to get some more top 3 and our next week's of 10 new ideas.
Yay!